Members will please take their seats. Members will please take order. Order. Premier can reply.
We're in a crisis. You want to politicize it, but let me tell you what the report that I've heard,
Order.
Mr. Speaker.
Order.
The report that I have heard, approximately 50% of the fires are started by lightning strikes. The other 50% are people starting campfires, not putting out the campfires properly. So I'm asking every Ontarian, please do not light any campfires. We're out there, all the firefighters out there, I should say, fighting against these wildfires. And yes, Mr. Speaker, they happen every single year. Similar to the floods, the wildfires start every single year. We will throw every resource we can to make sure we put these fires out. Thank you.
Order. The next question, Leader of the Opposition.
For a little leadership here and maybe take a little responsibility. We're facing one of the largest...
Stop the clock. Okay. Order. Government side will come to order so that I can hear the member asking the question. Restart the clock. Leader of the Opposition.
Speaker, as we all know now, insiders with connections to private healthcare companies have donated over $35,000 to the Conservatives since the 2018 election. Donations from private clinic owners, developers looking to build private hospitals, all while the Conservatives are funneling public money out of our public system and into private health facilities. Speaker, to the Premier, will the government prioritize sick Ontarians over their insider friends looking to make a buck?
To reply, the Deputy Premier, Minister of Health.
Here, what we will do is we will continue to prioritize in making sure that we eliminate and decrease the wait times. People do not want to wait for their surgeries. How do we do that, Speaker? We do that through the passage of Bill 60 that means individuals. A physician who practices in British Columbia can come to Ontario, cut through the red tape, and begin serving their communities here in Ontario. How do we do that? We do that through Learn and Stay programs that, as of yesterday, had 4,000 nurses part of that program to ensure that as they get their tuition and education costs covered, they are prepared to serve in underserved communities. We're doing the work, we're making those commitments, and absolutely, Bill 60 will expand the surgical and diagnostic centres across Ontario. Why? Because people are sick and tired of the status quo and sick and tired of waiting for their surgery.
Order. Supplementary question.
It's a no. That's a no then, is it? Speaker, there are new reports about a growing number of registered private healthcare lobbyists with ties to the Conservative Party. More insiders lobbying their friends and their former colleagues. Case in point, a former staffer for the Premier is now lobbying for a, quote, publicly funded, privately delivered care. Only he registered as a lobbyist before this government announced they were starting to issue private surgical contracts. How convenient. Speaker, to the Premier. Were these insiders given a heads up about the expansion of private surgery delivery in Ontario?
Minister of Health.
The member opposite does know that there are over 600 independent surgical and diagnostic centres operating today in the province of Ontario, right? This is an expansion of a program that has for decades served the people of Ontario well because they don't want to have to go to a community an hour, 2 hours away to get their CT scan, to get their MRI, to get their cataract surgery. They want to have that opportunity in community. We are expanding a program that has served us well, but we need to make sure that we have capacity as Ontario grows, as our population increases, and frankly, the need for these services increases. Thank you, Speaker.
The final supplementary.
I don't don't buy it. I don't buy it for a second, Speaker, and neither do Ontarians. Because they know this government's track record of helping their friends at the expense of everybody else. Speaker, the Office of the Integrity Commissioner reports there are nearly 1,200 lobbyists registered to influence this government on health policy. That's more than on nearly every other issue combined. Many are lobbyists for profit, private healthcare companies who offer nearly identical services to those covered by OHIP. Only they let the richest pay out of pocket to cut the line and access services faster. Speaker, they're swirling like vultures over what's left of our healthcare system, and they're looking to cash in on Ontarians' health. I'm going to ask again, when will this government prioritize sick Ontarians over their insider friends looking to make a buck?
All right,
And the Minister of Health.
Speaker, I would ask the Leader of the NDP to turn around and ask her caucus how many of those caucus members are lobbying me every week on I have constituents who are waiting for surgery. I have constituents who are waiting for cataract. Will you do something as the government? And I can assure her members that we are and we do. In January, it was a great honor to be able to expand surgical diagnostic centers specifically for cataracts in Windsor, Kitchener-Waterloo, and Ottawa. That means that individuals who are waiting for cataract surgery in the province of Ontario have their wait time shortened. What does that mean? It means they get back to their families, they get back to their community, they get back to work. It is exactly what your members lobby me for on a weekly basis and what the people of Ontario deserve. Thank you, Speaker.
All right, a little shouting, jeering, plenty of blame to go around. A question period this morning as they were talking about climate change connected to the forest fires. The Premier defending that, saying a lot of them were started by lightning strikes and human caused. And then they went into the decision, or the government's decision on private, public delivered health care. PCs again defending themselves.